Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fan Behavior. I am Zoe, back with Hannah.
Hi, guys.
IRL.
We're kind of matching.
We are matching. The blue aesthetic
vibe.
is very strong today.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to have you back after
Thank you.
I did a solo episode last week.
Shout out to you. That's
Thanks.
I genuinely could never. So
It was funny. Someone asked if I had a script, and I didn't. I just had notes. And after I finished the episode, I was kind of like, how did I just talk for 45 minutes straight without having anyone there? Like, I was impressed with myself.
It was impressive.
Ability. But we have your back,
I'm back.
which is great. You and I spent the weekend with our college friends.
Yeah, we did.
And I got some messages from people so we both went to Kansas, the University of Kansas, which, by the way, this is not a Chiefs hat. You know, something I think Oscar Piastri, when talking about the Chiefs, he refers to them as Kansas. And I think it's important to clarify for those who maybe aren't as well versed in the NFL, maybe you live outside of the country, but this is a university.
Yeah.
And if anyone's referring to the Chiefs, it's Kansas City. It's never Kansas.
Right.
Because actually the team is based in Missouri.
Which is a whole other
story for a different day. But I do think that's an important distinction.
Yeah.
But so we both went to the same school, but Hannah and I were in different sororities, different years in school, different friend groups. We met studying abroad. Most people know that story, but people messaged me because they saw Hannah's Instagram stories of her with her group of friends and me with my group of friends, and people were like, I think people thought there was trouble in paradise.
No, we saw each other. We hugged. It was all good.
We definitely saw each other. I was thinking after that, I was like, I should have taken a picture for
I know. I thought about it
socials,
too, but
whatever.
It's too late.
It was very brief. We saw each other for maybe 2 minutes. We're good. It's all good. We have different friend groups.
Yep.
I mean, our friends do like each other, so that's
you just had different plans.
Different plans, yeah. Different.
The same
things
plan
going
with different
on.
people.
Exactly. Different people in town.
And I'm very dressed up today. I had a soiree at our sorority house. It was their 100th birthday.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is why some of my friends were in town for the game and stuff. So that's why I'm in a
HBD
dress.
trio.
I assumed that would catch people off guard.
If you guys are familiar with, I mean, I know it's different for every school in around the country, but I wonder if people would be surprised to know, for those that are well versed in Greek life, that Hannah was a Chi and I was a Kappa Kappa Gamma. Let us know in the comments if that surprises you. Okay, no F1 obviously this weekend, but we do have some news items to touch on. You weren't obviously here last weekend, so I do want to ask you some questions that I had last weekend to get your opinion. Obviously, we have to start off talking about Roscoe.
Yeah.
We have to send all of our love and just good vibes to Roscoe, to Lewis.
I know. I'm devastated for him.
For those who, I don't know if, I assume most people have seen, but Roscoe was having some breathing problems. He then, his heart stopped. He then was put into a coma. They're not sure if he's going to come out of this coma. I think he's 13. He's older. So, and that type of dog, it's harder for them to live a longer life. But Lewis loves that dog so much.
Yeah, and lots of resources.
Yes.
Are helping with, keep the dog in care.
And he missed, I think he was supposed to have a tire test with Ferrari that day or the day after. Joe stepped in. That's the,
King.
duties of a reserve driver. So thanks to him. But just, gotta obviously send the love to Roscoe because he is basically a F1. He's kind of the F1 mascot. Him and Leo. Leo can't lose his brother, So thinking of you, Lewis. I think the thing that we really need to talk about is the Charlos and Charles Leclerc road trip.
Yeah.
Which was so funny.
So funny.
So again, if you missed it, it was all over social media. But after Baku, Charlos and Charles were on the same flight back to Monaco, or they were trying to get back. And there was, I think, storms in the area. And so they were diverted to some small town in Italy or something like that. I actually don't know how far away they were.
Yeah,
but that's a decent, it depends on where they were in Italy because it's actually pretty close to Monaco. But I don't know exactly where.
I think he said it was going to be a 3-hour drive or something.
So it's not terrible.
No.
But
not ideal.
Not ideal. And they were dropped off at this airport, and then they're like, well, we have to just get ourselves back to Monaco. Let's rent a car. Well, the only car maybe available seemed to be just a van.
Yeah.
Not even a fancy van. I don't even know what you would call that kind of van.
Yeah.
It's kind of a scary van.
Yeah.
In some ways, like could be used in a scary way. I want to know the process of who got to decide to drive, because Charlos was the one driving.
Yeah.
It does fit the vibe. Like I would pick, if you ask me, it's Charlos and Charles, who's the one that's going to drive? I would pick Charlos. He's just a little bit more. He's got.
It also just might not. It might have been something that it wasn't even discussed. Like in our dynamic, I'm driving.
100%.
You know, like that's just, even if it's your car we're taking.
But see, we're not both professional drivers.
No, I understand
Do you know
that,
what I'm saying?
but it's the same
Yeah.
could be true, because road driving and street driving or track, you know,
Yes.
race cars and street cars are not the same. Like Charles doesn't strike me as someone who like loves to drive on the highway.
Yeah.
He likes to drive his fancy car around Monaco and then be an F1.
Yes.
But Charlos is like,
He's weaving through streets. He's got the map in his head. He's gonna figure. It seemed like it was late night, dark driving. Maybe he's just a bit more alert. Maybe Charles Leclerc. He said in some, was it Grill the Grid or something? I can't remember. He said at some point that he needs to have glasses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, then like
get
why aren't
them.
you wearing glasses? Like again, you drive for a living. I think you need to be able to see.
Yeah.
So maybe Charles can't drive at night. Maybe he has some
That's a good
darkness
point.
issues. But he was giving us the content. I do appreciate him for providing us with the Instagram story of him in the car. Then we got
And the
TikTok.
lighting, like, you know, the
He had the flash
flashing.
on.
Yeah, it's just like he really gave the people what they needed.
Got the flash on, and we got the TikTok as well. And it was after Carlos's podium. How do you feel about the Carlos podium?
I was thrilled. I was so excited. You know, I'm just so happy to see him there. So happy for the team.
Do you feel, because I was saying this on the episode, do you feel like slightly bad that it wasn't Alex?
Yes and no. I mean, I just think, yes, I it would have been great for it to be Alex, but also, I don't know.
It's okay.
I think it needed to happen. And I did think it was really sweet that Alex was at the podium celebration. I really appreciated that. He's such a class act.
He's a stand-up dude.
Yeah. But yeah, that made me very happy.
Yeah. So, you know, I was happy that Charles got to celebrate with Carlos. And as we've always said, there's certain friendships on the grid. A Charles Leclerc, a Carlos Sainz, a Carlos, a Lando, a Pierre, Yuki. Maybe those are like kind of the ones that stand out to me the most. In former years, maybe a Dax.
Max and Daniel.
Yeah. Like former teammates, or just like, people who used to be, I mean, they're still friends, but they used to spend a lot of time together, and maybe now they don't spend as much time. When they are together, you're just like, it kind of warms your heart.
Well, and that because previously they had to spend time together, and so it's nice to see them choosing to spend time together.
Exactly. Yeah. Like anytime we get a picture of Yuki and Pierre like out to dinner together, it's like, oh, they wanted, like they chose that.
They made plans.
Yeah. I mean, and potentially it was more just like Yuki
yeah,
said,
and
please.
he's like, every fifth time Pierre has to say yes.
Yeah, exactly. Or when Carlos and Lando go golfing together, it's like they really meant it. And I would say those are the friendships on the grid that I feel like are the truest in my perception. I guess Alex and George as well, but they're like they're friends from kids, and I guess also Charles and Pierre. That those don't feel as, because they were already friends prior to being an F1.
Yeah,
you know.
I know what you mean.
So anyway, I did enjoy that. I had fun seeing that, and as we always say, the content is like, we love the racing, but we also just love these tiny moments, because again, what other sport are you getting this kind of content? You're not.
Well, and like maybe you are, but the teams are so big that you might not even know who they're with, you know?
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't know who they're with, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a world in which, like, you know, a former player, like if two guys were super close on a football team and then one leaves and then they reunite, there would be some strong feelings from certain people. Like if Travis Kelce ever left the Chiefs and then him and Patrick, well, I mean, it's not really the same because they're so close that it's not even like, well, obviously they'd be spending time together, but I don't know. It's just different for Formula 1.
I totally know what you mean.
Okay, the other question I was going to ask you, and I feel like it's gotten brought up a lot in the last couple of days, is can Max actually, I mean, obviously we know it's mathematically possible that he could still win the championship, but do you actually think there's a chance that he could win the championship, like from your gut instinct?
I think there's a chance. I don't think he's going to. But I don't think this will be I can see it getting closer.
Right.
I still don't think he's going to do it. Because I don't know what's going on with McLaren. I don't know if they brought upgrades that were downgrades, or I have absolutely no concept of understanding what the hell's going on with them and why it's imploding. Because again, Goldfish Memory, it's been 2 races of not great.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to last. But yeah, I mean, I think it's certainly possible, but I don't think we're going to get there. I think at the end, it's still going to be the battle between McLaren.
So right now, Max is 69 points behind Oscar, and he is, 44 points behind Lando. Now, that is really not that much.
No.
And as we know, Max, he cleans up points, or maybe others give them away.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't shock me. It would be the most classic thing ever if Max did win the championship.
It would be kind of sick.
It would be like, I would still, as a fan, and like if you're just asking me for my biased opinion, I still want Oscar to win. But there would be a small part of me that would like kind of love it.
Well, because this would be the coolest championship of Max's so far, because, well, it's not controversial, and
we don't know. It could be.
Well, yeah, I guess it
could be.
Because as of right now, it doesn't feel controversial in the sense of like.
Imagine it gets so close. Imagine if we get to the end of the season, final race, Abu Dhabi, and either Oscar or Lando is right there with Max, and Max loses a championship in the same way he won the champion. And it goes in favor of McLaren, and he doesn't win or something. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
There is a part of me that's like, if we get to the very end and Max, and it's a 3-way fight at the very end, I think there would be a part of me that would be kind of rooting. Also, just in some way, kind of like, I think we're all, even if you're a diehard Lando fan, diehard Oscar fan, I think there's a general kind of like frustration with McLaren. Kind of just like, there's people who say you got to pick a side. You can't have this whole wishy-washy thing. I think if you're an Oscar fan, you're kind of like, where's the, are they, taking enough, are they not favoring Oscar more, but like you feel like he deserves more attention maybe because he's leading the championship. If you're a Lando fan, you're like, he's getting screwed over by his team, by the pit stops. So there's like a general kind of annoyance with McLaren. I think, correct me if I'm wrong,
that sounds like what the conversation, at least the online conversation, it seems to be that way.
Yeah. That if Max does win, I think people will kind of be like, LOL.
Totally.
And also, because there's no longer, Christian Horner's not involved anymore, too, there's that element, too, of kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just is.
I don't know. It would be awesome. And I mean, Max is my favorite. Obviously, everyone knows that, but like, that would be
legendary.
And like something that like, Max is just always like, even this weekend, like, I'm like, what are you doing?
I know. Well,
I know.
we'll talk about
but
that too.
yeah, I mean, if anyone could do it, it would be him.
If anyone can do it, it will be him. Now, it will be interesting because Singapore, I think, again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I can just look this up. I'm pretty sure this is the only track on the current calendar that Max has not won.
I think that's true.
Which is interesting. I think it's more.
But he hadn't won Baku yet either, right?
Oh, I don't. That's a good question.
I don't think he had before.
Okay. Yeah, Max has never won Singapore. I think partially that's not because of him. It's more that the Red Bull has not been very good at Singapore in years past. So maybe this is a weekend where it's like actually the McLaren is 1-2, Max struggles and it gets further out of his reach. But if Max somehow finds a way to like get a good performance in, maybe the McLarens struggle, maybe he cuts into Lando's lead. I mean, I think P2, 44 points seems like a lot, but like it's not insurmountable.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be interesting. It would be interesting to see how that shakes out. Speaking of, as you mentioned, Max, he won his debut GT3 race this weekend at the Nürburgring in Germany in a Ferrari.
I saw the clip of Matt and Tommy, who was just like, Max won a race in a Ferrari this year before Charles did.
Yeah, and before
which you hate to see that.
You hate to see that, and I think this is where I am also like, not to like always bring everything back to Daniel, like, but
please,
that's
the genesis of this podcast.
So true. We should have a segment. It's like, I don't know what we call it, like bring it back to Daniel. But there's like, I'm jealous kind of a Max Verstappen fan in the sense of like, he just loves to race so much. And even if it's not Formula One, like he is going to race.
Yeah. And he's going to win.
And he's going to win. And Daniel, it's like, oh, I can't be in Formula One anymore. Like, you will never see me again. And it's just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Well, you'll have to tell him that when we interview him.
Yeah.
in like a fun way,
a
just in because I
fun
miss
way.
you. Yeah, it's not. I mean, well, that's the truth. It's
Yeah.
like we want to still see him racing. It's not because
I don't make him feel bad about it because obviously it's his life and his choices.
Yeah,
and
but like bummer that we can't see you race anymore.
Right. Like, would that be fun if that was him in the race and he wins in a Ferrari? Like, of course
it would.
But Max is just is a legend, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, let's get Max. I need Max at some point. I don't think he wants to. I think he said he doesn't want to, but I need him to do the Indy 500.
I know
that would be so legendary.
He's never done ovals before?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know if he has any interest in it.
It'd be so good.
But it'd be so good.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Would love to see that. Yeah, and now I just want to see him do like as much as he can because he's just.
I really want to go to the Indy 500.
Me too. I think we
should
need
go
to
try
make
and
it
go
happen
next year.
Yeah, I think we need to make that happen because it seems like quite the.
Seems like a good time.
Seems like quite the experience. Honestly, just soak in all the adventure. Yeah, all the milk, exactly. Okay, another thing I wanted to ask you about your opinion. So the word on the street, and people had some issues with me talking about Yuki last weekend because so the word on the street is that Isaac's going to be taking the Red Bull next year.
Boo.
How do you don't like that?
No.
Okay, because of you want to see Isaac not fail.
Yeah.
And you also don't want to see Yuki leave.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
If we're not talking a direct, first of all, even if we're talking a direct swap, still don't love it because I recognize that the leadership is changing, and because of that, I'm hopeful that the seat situation dynamic resolves itself.
Sure.
But also, like, I know Yuki did really well last weekend, and like it's hopefully he's getting a bit better, like in the car he's in and all of that, and things are fixing themselves. But it's gonna be all new regs, so like, can we just please keep everything as is just for 1 year before you start? That's just my like. I want him to stay, and like I recognize that as a business choice that might not be the right thing to do.
Sure.
Excuse me, but yeah, I'd like things to stay as they are because the other thing is Isaac is doing so well and like arguably better than Yuki was doing. So. But what we have seen for the last handful of years is that whoever gets into that seat starts to suck. But it's not them. It's the car for the most part. I don't want it. Yeah.
Well, and people will say, because I was bringing this up last week and I was talking about it and people were like, you need to like basically get over it. Yuki's had 5 years of like being in F1. And
so
like,
I'm not gonna.
Well, yeah. Also like.
Be nice.
By his podcast. But also the track record. Yuki's had 5 years, and he's been pretty good all 5 of those years before he got into the Red Bull. And let's look at the careers of Alex Albon, of Pierre Gasly, of Checo. Like Checo had 10 years in Formula One before, or close to it before he got into the Red Bull, and then his performance went down.
And then he had to take a gap year.
Are we saying that Checo doesn't deserve another chance in Formula One? He's getting another chance. Alex got another chance. Pierre got another chance. So to me, I'm kind of like, and so why aren't we giving that same grace back to Yuki?
Right.
And
Yuki needs to stop having so many haters. He's the
best.
He
does have a lot of haters.
I know, but he's just wonderful.
It's kind of weird. I think there's like a thing. I've actually noticed this in a lot of sports. I've clocked this. It was clocking to me, as Justin Bieber would say, and other sports where if there is a person, an athlete who has like a really fun, good personality, and like yes, they're skilled, but maybe people perceive them that they're popular because of their personality as opposed to their skill. Obviously they have a lot of fans, but because of that they also then get a lot of haters. Because then there's a lot of people who are like, you're only here, Daniel again had kind of that same thing where it's like, oh, you're only here because, or they think you're only here because you're funny, you're fun, you're this, that, and people get like resentful of that. I think that's kind of what's happening with Yuki. It's like, oh, people like him because he's a funny guy who likes food and he jokes around and da. And so now I'm annoyed that he's in the, like, he doesn't actually deserve to be there because they don't think he's like, his skill warrants it. I wouldn't say that's necessarily true, especially considering how he was doing early on in the season in the V car. But anyway, again, it's our podcast.
We have to, like, there has been so much conversation about the second seat. Like it must be part of the conversation. I just feel like people pick and choose what parts of the story are important for them, and like the second seat at Red Bull being a nightmare for every driver who's ever sat in it, like, is the most important part of the story. Exactly. In my opinion.
Yeah. I love Isaac. I think he's a fantastic driver. I would be if if and when the change happens, I will root for him. I will root for his success. I will want him to do well.
It's just not the promotion it sounds like it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I think that's where it's tricky for me is it's like, yes, it's the better team in quotes, but he has better opportunity in the car he's in right now than that second seat.
It's arguably the most difficult seat in Formula One.
Yeah,
I would argue.
I don't even know if that's arguable. I think it's fact.
Yeah, I think it is the most difficult seat. Yeah, I think it is. Not only because it seems to be a tricky car, but also who you're going up against is so challenging. So
that's my thoughts.
We'll wait and see how that shakes out.
Go ahead and talk your nonsense in the comments. Yuki forever.
Yeah. Exactly. And someone else, I think they were joking, but they were like, you just need to stop. Because I was bringing up like, you know, I lost Daniel last season, Yuki this season. They're basically like, you just need to stop getting emotionally attached to like V-carb drivers.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. V-carb specifically.
Because that seems to be the trend. It's like, yeah, I mean, what do you want from me? Like, it's not like I have any choice in the matter. Trust me. Like I've said this.
We don't choose who we love.
Like,
it's a real pain.
I would definitely choose otherwise if I could.
Heart wants what it wants.
Exactly. Okay, let's get to some of the questions that you guys sent in for the week. Okay, which two other drivers should go on an impromptu road trip like Charlos and Charlotte Claire? And let's say we're getting like full access of this road trip. We're getting content, we're getting video footage, all that stuff.
Pierre and Yuki would be wildly entertaining. I do think that there would be an interesting long-term dynamic. Like I would love to see how George and Alex handle a road trip because George feels very type A in that situation. And I'm not sure if Alex would be like bugging him on purpose, you know, like trying to agitate.
But also George could very, very easily agitate Alex too.
No, of course. I just like, I would love to see them like hang out for like, you know, 3 hours in a car with just GoPros everywhere. And
I mean, in a way, like I almost want to think outside of like the friendship bubbles. Like part of me is like, I think
Max and Lewis
would be fascinating.
Yeah.
Yuki and Lando, I think would be fascinating, both because they're a little bit chaotic energy wise. And I think they could get themselves involved in they could end up at some truck stop and they're meeting somebody and that person ends up hitchhiking. Like I could just see them like getting into some weird, crazy things. You know, maybe Kimmy and Lewis would be interesting. Kimmy and kind of anyone would be.
Oscar and Fernando.
Oscar and freaking Fernando.
Could be
That's funny.
It would be funny.
That'd be very, you know, just kind of
even keeled, like
chill vibes. But good one-liners.
So many good ones. And there's like, it's that, you know, older driver, younger driver dynamic, you know, passing on his wisdom and Oscar being like, but yeah, but you haven't been on the podium this, you know what I mean? Like I could see him being cheeky.
Little jabs.
Yeah. Fun.
I'm trying to think of who else would be, I feel like I'm forgetting someone that's like very obvious. I mean, Carlos is probably pretty good. There's some people who just like are naturally can go well with anyone that I feel like it's they would be fun with whoever. I like Oscar and Fernando. I think that's a good one.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'd watch that show.
Which F1 driver will be the first to listen to Taylor Swift's new album when it comes out on Friday?
Alex Albon, probably.
I was going to say Alex Albon, too.
I also forgot it's coming out on Friday. Oh, my God. That puts us in such a better situation for the Jonas Brothers concert.
Oh, for the special guest. I thought you meant like we could listen to it before the Jonas Brothers concert.
Well, we could.
No, yeah, so true.
We're campaigning and hoping that the Joe Bros, if they have a special guest, it will be Taylor Swift because you know she lives here now.
Yeah, that would be
feels unlikely, but
it feels unlikely.
Girls can dream.
Yeah, because I think their whole not to do a Joe Bros tangent, but feels like
throwback.
All their guests are like throwback guests, and she obviously is. I mean, yes, she is a throwback in some if she's saying like an old song, but she's so current.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'd be so when they did. I mean, did you when they played or when they brought out Simple Plan? Did you just or no, not Simple Plan. I mean, that was great too. But what's the other band? In Too Deep is the song.
Sum 41, right?
Yes. Did you immediately think of Cheaper by the Dozen?
Of course I did. Like perfect.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of like the Veronicas. What did I think of? What movie did I think of?
I'm not gonna remember.
Oh,
right off the top of my
she's
head.
the man.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to go back. They already brought out the Click 5, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that's a classic. I mean, All American Rejects is their opener.
That's true.
So like that's all. So they're definitely in that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think.
But they did bring out 5 Sauce.
They brought out 5 Sauce.
Just launched it out.
Yes.
Good.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of who else is like of that time frame, like pop star wise, or like
that could be
band wise, that would be, or just would be. I mean, whoever it is. Let's be honest. These people are like looking for a little boost.
That's true.
You know, so it's like I think they'd be willing to. If you're saying, "Hey, come out to this show and you can play in front of however many thousand people,"
it'd be fun if it was Hilary Duff.
Oh, that would be, or Miley. Wow. I don't know where she stands with Nick these days.
Nah.
I know Demi came out. That was that was like
that was iconic.
That was just like so iconic.
I'm really sorry I took us here. And by the way, when I said Hilary Duff, I meant as Lizzie McGuire. Like, I think that's important.
Oh, so she's singing "This Is What Dreams Are Made Of"?
Maybe.
Oh.
I mean, I don't want to hear Metamorphosis. Come Clean, maybe.
Clean. I was gonna say, or Sweet 16. So anyway, yeah, Alex's album will be the first one to listen to the Taylor Swift album.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe Lando. I could see Lando putting it on. Lando likes Taylor Swift.
Yeah. But it's definitely Alex.
You know who's going to listen to it first, too, because we know that his partner is like a diehard T Swift fan, is Charlotte Claire.
Oh, that's true.
I could see that definitely. She's playing it, and then he's listening to it.
Yeah, by default. But I think the person who's like listening to it on purpose is Alex.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that.
But it's not because, you know, Lily's also encouraging him.
Here's a suggestion for the F1 admin on Friday in Singapore. Ask the drivers if they've listened.
Oh,
that
good.
should be as they're walking in. Ask them if they've listened to the new album. We can get some firsthand like actual accounts.
I also am glad you said that. I like totally forgot it's coming out on Friday.
Yeah, October 3rd, Mean Girls Day.
So good.
Okay, if you could have your ultimate dream race experience, which track would you pick to have it at? I don't know. I mean, I guess ultimate dream race experience is like the best tickets, the best, like just the most VIP experience.
So it's not track specific for me because, well, I mean, I guess I'd say like the best track that I want to go to is Spa, but the experience I want to have is at Silverstone.
Okay,
probably.
I think that's what they mean is more of like the
to see
city
the race
and the overall, not specifically for the track.
Yeah, I would say probably Silverstone, just because if we're getting like the full package, the likelihood of seeing like Tom Holland and like you know, I love a celebrity sighting.
Yeah, we're actually just going just to see the celebrities.
I mean, it's just the thing is like the actual race, regardless of how amazing your seats are, it's very hard to watch.
Yeah, you're watching it in a, like if you're having an ultimate experience, you're watching it in a suite on the TV.
Yeah,
and you're seeing them. Go by, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. That's awesome.
Plus, it's like temperature wise, I prefer Silverstone.
A little
to like
wet,
sweating and
a little rainy.
Yeah.
Well, if you're having the VIP experience, you're not really having to worry about sweat because you're getting air.
I know, but you know, sometimes the doors are opening, it still gets a little warm.
Sure. I think I would pick. I mean, Silverstone's a great one.
Or maybe Singapore too.
Singapore would be great. I think I'd pick maybe Australia. Or. I mean, there is something about like the last race of the season going to Abu Dhabi that would be very cool.
Totally. And
I always think about Brazil. I also always think about Monza, like going to Italy. I think
you have to pick one.
I know. I'm sorry. Australia.
Okay.
I pick Australia.
Okay.
First race of the season. I'm like, you know, good vibes. Anything's possible.
Totally.
So yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, this is funny.
Okay.
Well, not funny. It could be. Which current driver should compete on Dancing with the Stars?
This is a wonderful question. I think Yuki would be fantastic personality-wise.
Actually, and I think he might not have like the natural, like the... I think he does have natural rhythm that could lend himself to like being successful or like improving over time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not going to have like all the technicalities perfect, but I think he would have like a natural... bounce. He's a natural bounce.
You know who really should be on Dancing with the Stars is Daniel Ricciardo.
1,000%.
I mean, I just don't.
Like James Hinchcliffe.
Oh, he was so good.
And that's we have to remember, like remind ourselves. Really, like James Hinchcliffe is like the that it all comes back to James.
It really
Hinchcliffe.
does. Like, we did not know
us.
what racing was. I mean, like, or obviously racing, but Formula One, no idea.
IndyCar,
IndyCar, never heard of her
No.
until James Hinchcliffe.
Yes.
And then I still didn't really know anything about her. But we always voted for him.
We always loved James
Him and
Hinchcliffe.
Sharna were
like,
perfect.
That was, if you were, and I'm a big Dancing with the Stars fan, and like I brought Hannah into that world when we lived
I have
together.
to watch this season.
You do. It's quite fun. But and all the, I would say the like contestants are good. But James, we like, if you were to ask me of all the seasons, who are like your top 5 favorite people that have been on the show, James would definitely be in my top 5. Fantastic dancer, so fun, so great, and like if James can do it, or James can be on it,
Yeah,
like
and
Daniel
fantastic.
100% can be on it. I don't think he'll be as good of a dancer as James.
No.
Like I actually think he actually won't be very good,
Probably not.
but that's okay.
Yeah, and maybe he'll totally like shock us.
And he's obviously someone who would like work very hard at it and would improve. But he needs to be on Dancing
be
with the
so
Stars.
good.
Like people would
With who?
love him.
Whitney? Lindsay?
I mean, Whitney.
Lindsay doesn't do it anymore,
Lindsay
does she?
doesn't anymore. So her younger sister Riley does it. They'd be kind of fun. I mean,
Maybe
Sharna
Jenna?
would be like perfect,
Oh yeah, Sharna.
but Sharna doesn't do it anymore.
I know.
Yeah, Jenna would be great.
I don't know as many of the new girls.
Do you know
Oh,
Britt?
yes.
I really like her. But the girl that I think is like an amazing choreographer is this girl Daniela.
Oh yeah, she's good.
So good. And really, you can't go wrong.
Right.
I like all the female pros. I basically only like 3 of them.
Val.
Pros. And I like some others, but like there's some that like I don't vibe with so much. But oh yeah, he needs to do it.
Yeah, maybe James can help him out. I mean, I don't know if he wants to, but James can certainly get that.
On the current grid, Yuki's a good one. I mean,
Charlos, I don't know. Like, part of me is like, he's Spanish, does he? But that doesn't automatically mean that he has rhythm, but like it could.
Yeah.
Lewis would be interesting.
Yeah, Lewis is the kind of person, I just don't see him like subjecting himself to that kind of experience.
No, I understand, but that wasn't the question.
In a dream world.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, Charles would be absolutely terrible. Like, God love him.
I feel like Alex would be fun. Did you say that already?
No, but Alex would be fun. I feel like we keep bringing up Alex for.
Because Alex is he's such a
cute?
great personality.
It's Kimmy.
Yeah.
Kimmy would be really cute, and he'd have a great, like...
He'd have a large female audience dialing in.
Yeah. Like, he would just really... Because that's the thing with Dancing with the Stars. That what I love about it, going back to the James Hinchcliffe, is what I love is not so much the people that you know going into it, but it's the people that you get to know from the show that you didn't really know about. Like, you weren't really... Like, you didn't know their world. Maybe they're an athlete. You know, something that you just didn't follow. And then you're like, oh my God, I love this person.
Yeah.
Like... a Milo Manheim.
Totally.
Or a Riker Lynch.
Or a James Hinchcliffe.
It's just like these people that I wasn't really familiar with. Amon Shumpert was a former basketball player who was on it a few years ago, and he ended up winning. And I freaking loved him so much. I was voting for him. Like, he's the kind of person who early on in the season, I doubt he had that many people actually voting for him, but he won so many people over that he won.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me about Bobby Bones.
That was a tough season.
Was that the Milo season?
Yeah.
Was highway effing robbery.
Yeah, that was a tough season.
Robbery.
Yeah.
I mean, Lando could maybe do it.
Yeah. I think he could.
I'm gonna go with Yuki.
Okay.
That's my pick. He'd have to. I don't know who the shortest female pro is, but there's gonna definitely be a height difference.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's fine.
I can see him doing the cha-cha. Yeah. Bruno
Argentine tango.
Yuki.
Bruno would love Yuki.
Doing the Argentine tango. The lifts would be an interesting thing for him too.
I mean, he's strong.
He is strong. But if the girl is so much taller, they don't have like a 5-foot pro.
Yeah, that's true.
So
then it's gotta be Daniel.
That's what it comes down to. Okay. So we're going back to F1.
That's fun though.
What % chance? And I know this time we asked this question and gave you a bit of a struggle, so I can answer it first. What % chance would you give Max to win the title? Right now, as of today, you know, prior to the Singapore race weekend, I'm giving him. It's less than 10%. I'm saying it's like 7% chance.
Oh, that's hilarious because I immediately in my head said 45. 45% chance?
That means okay.
I hate that. It's a gut feeling.
Okay.
I don't like how specific we have to get with the math.
No, I'm just saying like that's fine.
I understand that it's wrong technically.
Sure. But that's your gut.
Yeah.
Okay. 45%.
Like when there's a 30% chance it's raining, do you
raining.
know how frustrating it is to me that means that there's a 30% chance of rain in your area at some point?
Yeah.
No, there's going to be there's a little bit of a chance that it's going to rain. That's what it should mean. My heart says that there's almost a
Well, okay, can I just explain
50-50
how I think of it
yeah, you mean the right
head?
way? Yeah.
No, I'm just saying this is how I think of it.
Yes, of course.
I think of it as like a pie chart, and it's like the whole pie chart is like your chance of winning the title, and everyone takes slivers of the pie, and so to me it's like, okay, Oscar right now has like 65% of the pie, and Lando has whatever, so to me Max's percent chance.
Well, yeah, that's
like,
the correct way to do it.
Yeah, but I'm just for others.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm still saying 45.
That's and you know what? You might end up being right.
Yeah, you'll probably be right.
I mean, I
would you say 10%?
I said less than 10%.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not right. I mean, I hope it becomes by the time we get to Abu Dhabi that it is like, right there, like Oscar, Lando, Max, and they all have an even split in terms of 33, 33, 33.
That'd be fun.
But we'll wait and see.
What a race that would be.
Okay, we'll end on this one.
Okay.
Preliminary thoughts on Red Bull post Christian Horner era.
Seems to be going well.
I know. It is interesting. Like, I said this, I think, on the last
I also
episode.
love that they used the word preliminary in their question.
Yeah.
Vocab.
I mean, it is interesting that they come back. I think I said this on the last race or on the last episode because, would Red Bull have had the same results, the win in Monza, the win in Baku, if they had kept Christian Horner? Maybe. We don't know. But it is interesting that they get rid of him, and then right after the summer break, it seems like they're back to being relatively successful again. Is that because they don't have Christian Horner anymore? I don't know. I brought this up before. Laurent Mekies is more of an engineering team principal, engineering background, so maybe he's bringing kind of like he's working more closely with the engineers, or there's like maybe better communication happening or something like that. I don't know. But I think it's a good sign for them that they didn't just like, oh, you change your head honcho and then like you struggle to have success.
Yeah, it seems to be going well.
Yuki is doing better again.
Yeah,
I know it's all relative and like it's not as good as it should be, but compared to how it was.
And the thing that frustrates me about the should be is when people say he should be doing this, it's like, well, he's not driving Max's car,
right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that is annoying to me. It's like, you get in the second seat at Red Bull and you tell me where it should go.
Yeah.
You're going to put it in the wall.
Yeah. Well, and the other hard thing is, like, we don't know. You don't have the benchmark of, like, how would an Oscar do in that seat or a Lando. We don't, again, we don't know. But I think I think it's going well. And again, I don't work for Red Bull. I don't know, like, what the vibes are like with the team in the garage. Like, is it just better team morale? I don't know, but I think it seems like it's trending in the right direction. And if they manage to end the season and win the freaking championship, like, then hats
45% chance
off to you, because it's pretty freaking impressive. So anyway, anything else we want to touch on before we wrap it up for the Singapore this week, which is fun?
Yeah, excited for Singapore. I just wanted to apologize for Oscar's performance in Baku for you.
Thank you.
I just know that was really tough.
Yeah, Oscar's performance and also Charles Leclerc and also Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, it was
a
bad
weekend. I was just annoyed with Oscar because I was just like,
why have you done that?
But it didn't end up being that bad for him because Lando didn't do that much with it, frankly.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're going to Austin for one day.
I am. I will be there on Friday with work, so I'm hoping I have some time to just kind of, we're hosting some customers there, so I can probably bop around.
Do you know where you're, you don't have to say it, but
yeah, I do know. I will maybe post something about it. If I'm able to get away, I'll post something about it so I can do a meetup or something.
What Hannah works at events.
Oh yeah, I'm an event planner.
So she works in events for a company, and so that's why she travels a lot. for her job. I think
because the events don't happen where I live, which is too bad.
What you were doing while you were going, so that's why she's there for that
traveling circus.
And yeah, that's kind of that's kind of it. I'm glad you're back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Thank you all for your patience and just rolling with our crazy schedules.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Grateful for it as always, and we'll see you guys next time.
Enchanté.